Shalom, shalom, Mishpacha once again. Shalom, shalom, Mishpacha. That means peace and blessings to family and friends out there. What's up? It's your girl, Shanti Doc. Um, Wanted to come through. If connection is going to play nice and be fair, wanted to come on and say how you guys doing, how you been, talk with you a bit, and give you some updates. I haven't made a personal video on YouTube either talking this way or either giving a lesson or a topic of discussion to talk about in a while, so I decided to come through and do one today. Hey, Sister Marie, how you doing? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Want to give some updates real quick. Tonight on Debate Talk for You, the segment is called The Second Quarter. We'll be talking about recultivating culture. We have special guest Rail on. So tonight, that will be at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, good to be seen. That's what's up. Just wanted to come on and say sometimes it's a little. Where do you find Debate Talk for You? You could either go to the Blog Talk Radio. You can go to Blog Talk Radio. You can Google Blog Talk Radio, and then once you Google Blog Talk Radio, you can type in Debate Talk for You. So type in the word debate and then talk and then the number 4 and then the letter U. Or you can actually call in to the telephone number. The telephone number for Debate Talk for You is 319-527-6239. All right. So 319-527-6239. All right. Shalom, shalom. It's one thing. You're welcome, sis. Babakasha. You're welcome. It's one thing to try to come on and present lessons, even if they're 15-20 minutes long, because you do have to get prepared. You do have to get scripture ready. You do have to get some notation ready. You do have to make sure your thoughts are formulated so they make sense and they have a flow, and make sure you hit your bullet points. So that's why I haven't been on YouTube in a while doing a lot of teachings or lessons or topics and things like that. I've been spending the majority of the time compiling the information to present to the people for Debate Talk for You, the second quarter segment. Sometimes I'm reading from a 3 or 4 page Word document, and even to put that document together, it actually you're spending various amounts of hours picking up notes from various resources and reference materials, and then you're actually picking which information to extrapolate from those sources and to hit the major bullet points, So, okay, that's cool. Thank you, Sister Marie. Yeah, you Google Debate Talk for You, and then it'll take you right to that site, and then you can click on the link there. All right. So, pretty much, I have a whole bunch of things on my mind that I want to get across, and a lot of things that I want to get across, sometimes they're already going to come out in a lesson. However, any encouragement or uplifting, any uplifting areas that people may need assistance with, I'm here to be a part of that, here to participate, here to love on you in any way. So I know most of the time people think I just do a lot of women's studies. However, I'm just here to be an encouragement to the women, yes, to help them solidify that they are already placed with an authority or a power from the Most High Yahweh directly to seek and search the scriptures for themselves. They can think for themselves. They have their own brain. They have their own mind. They're built with a certain type of understanding, knowledge, and wisdom from the time they were conceived. So Just encouraging the women, yes, to know and understand that they have a direct link to the Most High Yahweh, definitely, through the Son Yeshua, so you can, you can have a personal relationship with the Father. Yes, I do that. However, I also do other studies, trying to bring out more information as far as chronology, how to put timeline together of events happening in the Bible, how to go about knowing what time frame prophecy occurs, or since prophecy is sometimes cyclical, how to go about making sure we understand what parameters we can see some certain prophecies in, especially today as they're still happening, right? So gonna be bringing that stuff out. Gonna be bringing more of the biblical Greek out. I'm still learning the biblical Greek. I'm actually on chapter 15. I'm pretty much getting to what you call the pronouns, words like who, which, and that. Um, Pretty much, what is it? Has, hey, and ha, right? And then you have to learn what's the subject. Then you have to learn what's the object. Then you have to learn the dative and then the genitive. The dative means, if you're going to or towards something, and then the genitive means it's from or of. So, you have to learn those things in parts. And I just want to give people an update on how I'm teaching myself biblical Greek and things of that nature, why it's taking me so long to do that. Give insight that it's very pertinent to understand grammatical instruction, proper grammatical instruction, right? uh okay, so what Sister Marie said, it flashed. I was trying to read it. When it flashes, I'll read it again. Shalom, Sister Kirsten, how you doing? And then Sister Kia is here. Thank y'all for tuning in. So I want to bring out some things. Okay. Sorry about that. The connection got lost for sure. It says you do biblical studies. Women just tend to attract to you because you're into, because you guys know for sure that I'm unbiased. Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that, sis. Praise the Most High. I try my best to be unbiased. I try to I try to be intellectually honest with the people, you know. And I always say, coming into this walk is not about feelings. My feelings definitely got hurt, and they continue to get hurt, understanding what's genuine and sincere from the word. You know what I mean? I'm always open to correction, and sometimes that correction can sometimes hurt. However, there's healing that is provided after that. You know what I mean? So yeah. And so after letting people and how I'm learning the Greek, I want to share the Greek reading some more. I know I started doing that in the beginning on my channel, and I definitely want to do that some more. All right. I also want to bring out some more things about how we view the we view the beginning covenant, um, and how the renewed covenant actually is tied in together, and how we can see, or while we see certain things or certain concepts and principles in the beginning covenant or the Old Testament, and why, just because something isn't verbatim, that we're not allowed to see principles and concepts. A lot of people think that you can't, a lot of people believe that if you can't see verbatim or actual written words in the Old Testament, then you can't see or visualize a concept or a principle that's further to be understood. You know what I'm saying? So and that's pretty much getting to the spirit of the law, instead of just the letter of the law, right? So I want to try to bring those things out just a little more, things of that nature. All right. So a lot of times those lessons have to be more thorough, and they're going to take more than 15-20 minutes here and there on the YouTube to do. You know what I mean? But if anyone out there has any questions, concerns, or whatever about anything you've ran across, if you're watching a YouTube video, or if you read an article, or if you went to a website and you want some clarification on a matter or a topic or a subject somebody was bringing out, and if you want me to tackle that issue, let me know. All right. duckanddodge1@gmail.com. Once again, duckanddodge1@gmail.com. That is DUCCNDODGE1 at gmail.com. Right. So also I'm teaching biblical Hebrew to some sisters and a brother. Hopefully there's another brother gonna come in and learn the biblical Hebrew. I kind of want to bring out more videos of me reading, me breaking down the verses and passages of what they mean. Shalom, Monica, what's happening? I want to bring that out. And I want to show how we parse the verses, right? How we break down the syntax of the sentence, how we break down what's a verb, a subject, an object, how we break down subject and predicate, how we break down if a word is a noun or a verb or adjective, and if we break down if it's a adjective, can we break down if something's in the plural or the singular, the masculine or the feminine? Can we break down if an action is an intense action? Can we break down whether it's a past action or a concurrent action? Can we break down if someone's first person or the second person or the third person, things of that nature? I want to start showing those type of things, right? So those videos can be like 20-30 minutes long, you know what I mean? Shalom. I was trying to get the name of the last person who came in, but I couldn't see it all the way through, because while I'm talking and doing this video, I don't see what everybody's saying unless somebody has typed in something, right? Okay, TD Eva. Okay, Kia says she wants to learn biblical Hebrew, know the alphabet in a few words, but cannot speak or read it fluently. Sister Kia, please send me an email. I can get email through my phone as well, right? Shalom. I can get email through my phone as well. Please send me an email and I'll converse with you, right? Definitely converse with you so we can get you into the class. And that leads to my next thing. I didn't want to do it, but I'm going to have to. And I've been talking about it for the past couple of weeks. I'm going to make introduction biblical Hebrew learning videos, which means I'm going to make a video and share it on my channel, actually going over how to learn the alphabet, right? How to learn the consonants of the language. And I'm going to show how you write them out. That's going to be one video, right? And we're going to what the names of the alphabet are. We're going to say what the names of the alphabet are, and then we're going to put the numerical value next to the alphabet, right? So that's going to be one video in itself. Then another video is going to be showing the nukudot or vowel points or the symbols that show which voice fluctuations you would make in your voice when you see those symbols. All right. We have a vocal box, and our vocal box is able to make ah, eh, o, u, right? If we're able to make those sounds, guess what? Any language has those sounds. But when you're reading a primary consonantal language such as Hebrew, you think there's not vowels in them because they don't have any grapheme or picture representation for the vowels. However, vowels are included in your speech, in any language's speech, right? So the nukudot or vowel point or those symbols or those pictures under or above the consonants, right? They're like training wheels. They're pretty much training wheels, right? Okay, I'll say the email again. They're pretty much training wheels. So you learn the training wheels, and once you're able to actually ride the bike or read the language, and you get a grasp on what the training wheels are trying to get you to actually do, then you can take the training wheels off. So the goal is to be able to read the consonantal Hebrew without the nukud or the vowel points, right? All right. I'll say my email again: duckanddodge1@gmail.com. DUCCNDODGE1@gmail.com. All right, please send me an email. So those are the two main videos I need to do, and I need to just put out. And then one more after that I need to do is syllabification. Pretty much, if my Hebrew students are here, and they are, you'll know that I'm pretty much giving a gist of the chapters that we go through to build that foundation, right? And so the third video that I'm going to give as an introductory class is the syllabification. Learning that a consonant plus a vowel equals a sound. Consonant plus vowel equals a sound. That pretty much equals a syllable. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get those videos together. I'm going to put them on my channel. And I'm doing that because a lot of people want to get into the biblical Hebrew class I have now. Right? We're still at chapter 4. Right? Oh, I was talking about the nukudot, or the vowel points, or the symbols for the vowel markings. When you're reading the Hebrew Tanakh, those are like training wheels. So the purpose of the training wheels is to get you to get a good grip or balance on what you're trying to actually do. What you're trying to actually do is read the Hebrew Tanakh without the need of the training wheels or the vowel points. But you have to practice first, right? That's what I was saying. So I want to put those things out there so people can say, hey, Shanti, I want to be a part of your class, but I need to have a foundation first, and I need to catch up on these things. So these 3 videos, I believe, are going to allow people to be able to have a foundation to catch up to where we are now if you want to enter the class. Now, I will say, and the Hebrew students that are on here, please, can I get a witness on here? But learning any language, you really have to endeavor to be diligent in spending time and a consistent time in studying it. When I was learning Hebrew, biblical Hebrew, for the first time, I was scared. I was. Then what I did was pretty much at least an hour a day for no less than 3 or 4 days out the week, I studied. Right? And it's a little difficult now with learning that biblical Greek because I have to put in more consistent time studying it. And I'm not consistently putting in that time studying it. I really do about, like, on a good week, I do about like 2 days out the week. But when I'm learning that Greek, I really put in a couple of hours when I'm studying, so I can get in that 3 or 4 hour time frame. You know what I mean? Right. You sure you in, Sister Kia? You sure you in? You sure you in? It's a commitment. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, my uncle got the phone again. What? Okay, somebody baby then grabbed the phone and came on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's funny. If that's what oh yeah is saying, I don't know. All right, so it's about, yeah, I've spent a lot of time on this video. So I don't know. Let me do this before I get off of this YouTube live. Is there any questions, any matters, or any concerns that you guys are studying now? If you want to ask me a question right now, if I know the answer, I'll give it to you. If I don't know the answer, I'll say I don't know, and I'll get back to you. However, these are things, that I want to assist with. I tend to have a lot of time on my hands sometimes because, I have a husband. I just don't have any children. And I have time to spend in prayer, meditation, and studying. If after I do my home thing, if I got to make something to eat, or if I got to clean up, or if I got to run some errands or whatever, I got some time. So I more so study these things out, but I also present the resources and references materials that I go back to. So the question is, did Aramaic language come before Hebrew? I don't know for sure, Sister Kia. I will say that when the children of Noah, after the flood, settled at Mount Ararat, and then they spread out, you'll see the Mesopotamian area, or where that Fertile Crescent is, and then modern day Iraq, which is in old times that Sumeria, You remember where Abraham is from? He's from Ur of the Chaldeans, right? There were some languages going on, such as Akkadian, Ugarit, Aramaic, right? Before that, in Genesis chapter 11, it says the okay, I'll answer that question too, TD Eva. Before that, in Genesis 11, it says the whole earth was of one language. All right, now there's a possibility that the language that the world was under or of, it's a possibility it was Hebrew, and that it was not named yet until the person named Eber was able to be the primary source of the language being named after. Eber is where we get the word Hebrew from. Eber, right? So it could be that the name of the language that all the earth spoke didn't have a name yet, and then to carry on that language after the Most High divided up the languages into 70, right, per each Elohim or power, right? You can go back in Joshua and look at that. So it's a possibility that language wasn't named until Eber carried it on, and then it was named after Eber. It's a possibility. So I don't know exactly, if Hebrew was the first language. However, if you go into Isaiah 19, if I'm correct, but Hebrew is called the language of Canaan, and Canaan, even though that land, that property, that dirt was named after Canaan, the son of Ham, and I won't say the mother, but I'll give you a hint. The mother was in the ark, but not necessarily the wife of Ham. Anyway, go back and look at that. But yeah, there was a the land of Canaan in Isaiah 19. Hebrew is called the language of Canaan, right? So that's what I will say. But the picture of the pictures or the grapheme of the consonants are what you call Aramaic block script. So Ezra the scribe picked up pretty much Aramaic block script after the children of Israel came out of Babylonian captivity. So the pictures or the way the consonant look changed, and those consonants now represented sounds. You know what I mean? Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Wa, Zayin, Chetet, Yo, Kaf Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Pe, Sadeh, Kofresh, Shin, Sin, Tal, right? So they represented those sounds. So, to answer the question for TDFA, should we be learning both for study? I would say the Hebrew Tanakh, or the Old Testament that's originally written in that language, from Genesis to Second Chronicles, that's how it's ordered, right? You're gonna see Aramaic block script. The script is not a language, it's just the script. It's just the way something looks. So when somebody says, oh, well, I'm learning Paleo Hebrew, you're learning the same thing. It's just the pictures look different. It's a script. The Paleo is the script. The Aramaic is the script. So pretty much what's printed right now in the Bibles that are available to you, which is, the Tanakh, the Aramaic block script is the grapheme representing what you're learning, right? But the language is the language that the Hebrew people spoke. All right? If that answers the questions. So what I'm assisting people with is being able to pick up a Hebrew Tanakh, right? Able to pick up a Hebrew Tanakh and read Genesis 1 and 1. in the Hebrew, right? Bereshit bara Elohim hashamayim ve'et haaretz. And you're going to be able to read that in the language and translate it for yourself, right? You're going to be able to read, or you pick up that book and read it. That's what I'm assisting the people with, right? So today in the online or any bookstore, the Tanakh that you pick up is going to have the Aramaic block script, but it was the language that the people spoke. It's the language that the Hebrew or Israelite people spoke, if that's what you want to be able to do. So I can help get you right type, and my Hebrew students here, they will attest to what I'm saying and be my witness. You said that makes sense, Sister Kia? All right, thank you. Oh, thank you, Sister Marie. You said y'all some knuckleheads. I'll be patient with y'all. Hey, I try to show that fruit of the Spirit. Most High was patient and is patient and continues to be patient with me. So, you said that was my other question. Should paleo and biblical sound the same? I believe you're saying yes. Oh, you're welcome. The thing about that is, when you pick up a Hebrew Tanakh, and Tanakh is the acronym. It's the Ta, the Nun, and the Kaf, right? And the Ta means Torah, which is the first 5 books of the Bible, the teachings, instructions, right? And then the Nun, it stands for Nevi'im. Nevi'im are the prophets, and then the Kaf stands for Ketuvim. Ketuvim are the writings. The writings are your Lamentations, your Psalms, your Proverbs, your Ecclesiastes, your Chronicles, and things of that nature. Okay, so when you're picking up a Tanakh or an Old Testament, and you want to read it in the original language it was written in, or what looks like the Dead Sea Scroll writings, right? The Dead Sea Scroll writings, then you're learning Aramaic block script, but that is the language that the Israelite people spoke. So it's the publishers of the Tanakh today, on a normal, they're not putting the scripting or picture of Paleo Hebrew for the Tanakh. All right, there is a possibility that you would need to special order something like that. But even if you're learning the scripting of Paleo Hebrew, right, you still have to learn what sounds make which, and what cluster of sounds convey a certain message, right? So in our English vernacular, we have grammar rules, right? We got grammar rules. We got rules like I before E, except after C, or when sounded like A as a neighbor or way, right? We have those grammatical rules, and there are grammatical rules also in the language of Hebrew that are consistent throughout the Bible. So I can tell you, like, for example, I could tell you if an action is done by a male or action is done by a female. I could tell you if the action was in the past. I could tell you if the action is happening now, or I can tell you if the action is going to happen in the future. For example, the word run in our English vernacular. You could say run, ran, or running. And all three of those, they have the same root. They're different meanings. So I could say I'm going to run to the store. That's something that's going to happen in the future, right? I am going to run to the store. I'm going to do something. And then I could say I ran to the store. That's a past action, right? I ran to the store. Past action already happened, right? You see, run, ran. And then running is an action that's currently happening. I am running to the store. So the same type of rules that you hear in English, they can be heard in the Hebrew. And I make sure you're equipped to do that, because that's how you're going to translate these words for yourself as you're reading them. Right? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm getting some crazy shalom, Tasha, what's up? Now, Sister Tasha right there, she one of the advanced students I have. She's at like chapter 11 with those numbers, and after that she get into the verb conjugations. After that she's gonna be learning what a call is, what a nifal is, what a pl is, what a pual is, right? What a hifil is, what a hofal is, and what a heat pael is. All I said was different types of actions, right? So that's, I hope I answered the questions. And sorry I'm taking so long with answering questions sometimes. I just want to make sure I'm thorough. Yeah, you see them strange texts too over here? You say you agree. You just heard some interesting sounds for what some say is paleo, right? Okay, this is a test I actually say people can do when somebody's trying to teach you something. I don't have my Hebrew Tanakh here. However, what you can test me on is if I can pick up the Tanakh and look at the Hebrew text and read it. Ask somebody, if they're teaching you something, ask them, can they pick it up and read it? And I mean read more than the name of Yod He Wah He, and read more than the name of Yod Shin Wah Ayin. Right? I would like that person to read the words. I tell anybody to challenge me. I know Sister Marie, my witness on that. I know Sister Kirsten is my witness on that too. I can read you the whole chapter of Genesis 1, at least in the Hebrew. Right? If somebody trying to tell you this is how to pronounce it, and I want them to be able to break down, wait a minute, this is the construct, or this is the absolute. This is the jussive, or the cohortative, or the what you call it? The jussive, cohortative, or imperative. I want you to break down if a word is in an intensive action or a mild action. Right? Break it on down. Tell me if it's a noun or a verb or an adjective or even a pronoun or a relative pronoun. You know what I'm saying? So what materials do you need? To learn basics of biblical Hebrew, Sister Kirsten, I would say there's a book called Basics of Biblical Hebrew by Gary Practico and Miles Van Pelt. Okay? That's the book that I teach from. There's another book that I first started learning Hebrew from and went through all the lessons. It's called Learn Biblical Hebrew from John H. Dobson. The thing about learning is just to be consistent. If you're serious about putting in the time and the study during the week, I believe you can do it. You said the 10-pound book, Sister Marie. Hey, that's 10 pounds of gold right there. 10 pounds of gold. And see, when you're teaching yourself how to read the language for yourself, how to translate properly, you can come up with your own conclusion. You can come up with your own conclusion through the Holy Spirit as to what the text is telling you. Right? Right. So, any more questions? This is a biblical Hebrew. Correct, Sis Kia. Correct. That's it. You got that from another video you did. Yep. The work, my issue is accountability. The time. Yeah. That time. I know what you mean. I'm having some difficulty, honestly, with the time to learn basics of biblical Greek. And the Greek is very different. The main thing about Greek is that a word, to tell you what type of word it is, there's a different letter that's going to be on the ending of a word, and it's called case endings. Where, like, the Greek um for word is logos, right? And then the lexical form is logo, right? And then next you have lago, you have lago, you have lagon, and then you have lagoi for plural, and then you have what is it? Lagoi, lagoon, um lagai, lagai, and lagais. You know what I mean? It's different when you're gonna say word or words. And each time you see the, okay, sorry about that. And each time you see that word logos, it's the word, excuse me, the letter on the end of the word is going to tell you whether it's the subject in the sentence, or whether it's an object, or if it means from, or if it's meaning to or something, right? Or if it's singular or plural. You said, is there a workbook for the basics of biblical Hebrew, Sister Kirsten? Yes, there is a workbook for that. Yep, there is a workbook for that. I didn't purchase the workbook for that because I was, when I learned about that book, I was already having a basic grasp already of the Hebrew. But I purchased the workbook for what I'm learning now, basis of biblical Greek. I purchased the workbook for that. So, yeah. Learning biblical Greek is taking me more time. So it's tough, And then, doing the women's weekly midrash, I have to get ready for that, learn some things to bring out and search for and glean from, to present that, and then getting the lessons ready for the second quarter segment on Debate Talk for You. That takes time. Reading the books and the materials to be able to ask what to bring forth to the Most High's people. That takes time. I am reading, like, I don't know how many books at one time right now. I'm almost done with the Holder book. I'm halfway through that. I'm halfway through a book called The Temple and Creation from Dina Dye. I'm halfway through that. I'm also reading a book called Yahweh and the Sun. I'm still in the beginning of that. These things are true of what I'm saying. Actually, I'm in the process of completing my goal, which is to read the entire Bible from Genesis to Revelation in their original languages. And yes, I am doing that. It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. It's doable though. I'm really slow with it and taking my time. really, really slow with it and taking my time. So I need to put out more videos like that again. Me reading the Hebrew and me reading the Greek, right? And actually seeing that I'm not quote unquote cheating. So I really want to place the camera on me so that people can see I'm actually reading the text in its original attested language. So, I mean, you'll hear all these arguments about pronunciation and this is the language, that's the language. The thing is, until somebody can show you, they can pick up a Biblia Hebraica Stucartensia and read it for themselves, that I don't know if we should hold that rhetoric in high regard. I don't know if we should take that conjecture seriously. You know what I mean? And another thing, if people don't even know what a Biblia Hebraica Stucartensia is, I don't know if I would take them seriously, because that's the scholarly reference in academia right now that's accepted as far as the Tanakh. You know what I mean? You got to know how to read the notes on the side and read the notes on the bottom, right? So that's that. Any more questions? Let me see. It's almost time for me to get back up in this building. I spent more time on here than I wanted to, but this is called a talk with you. You know what I mean? A talk with you. I just wanted to come through, show my love. Show my love and talk to the people. Let people know that I'm approachable. Let people know I'm just your home girl. You know what I mean? But it has a book cover, but I'm not ready. Um, that's what's up, sis. Hey, I do. Let me say this lastly, so I can get back up here. I took some biblical Hebrew Sundays, starting at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And like I said, I'm gonna work on those 3 solid videos to make sure that helps with a solid foundation to get people prepared if they want to come on and jump into the class, right? And they'll be easy to make. So hopefully I can get within the next 2 weeks, because I need to hold myself accountable. I need somebody to put the fire to my booty and get it popping. You know what I mean? Say, hey, Shanti, didn't you say you was going to put out these videos helping us learn this alphabet, these vowels, and these syllabification? Yes. 9:30 a.m. Sundays Pacific Standard Time. I'll definitely help get you right and tight. I'll take my time with you. I offer tutoring when I have some open time available. No problem. No problem. All right. So, I apologize for having to cut this short. This is a good conversation. It's good to have build this way. This is how you get to know people. This is how you establish and build and continue growing relationships. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. All right. You're welcome. You are welcome. So, FYI, my YouTube channel, 916 Shanshan 916 SHAN. I got plenty more videos that'll help you out for those who are believers in Yeshua as Messiah and you want to stand firm in your faith. I have a series on that. I did a series, woman, where I actually showed what First Timothy chapter 2 verse 12 actually meant in its context, in its historical context. So you can go back and listen to information on that, because I put out information that debunks this whole thing that women can't teach. I bring out information that debunks this whole thing that the text means that women can't teach men and stuff like that. It's a series that put everything into proper context, right? So you go back and look at those videos. I also did some thing with my brother BA, looking at Genesis chapter 1, 2, and 3, and if and if the woman is supposed to be following a leader of a physical man, instead of the Most High Yahweh and the Spirit, right? So I have some videos on that. So you get a chance, you can look at those videos. They're long, they're extensive. However, I'm very thorough. Like, I like to bring out lessons and topics that people can't tamper with, that people can't punch a hole in. Plus, I went into some areas that talk about what the word head actually means in 1 Corinthians 11. I did a 3 video series on that. You know what I mean? So I just want to help equip people. Yes, here on my channel, Sister Kirsten, that series is called Head and Head Covering, right? Oh no, the class for Basics of Biblical Hebrew is through a web conference link, and you have to get the Zoom web conference software onto your computer or to your phone. It's free, and then I send out the link, and then people who only have the link can get into the meeting. So I do the Basics of Biblical Hebrew class on Sundays, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, on the Zoom web conferencing, right? That's where I do those classes. I do them on Zoom. All right. So once again, tonight I'll be on Debate Talk for You, the second quarter. I and BA will be on there. We're on there every other Wednesday. We're gonna have special guest on tonight. His name is Hanok Israel. The topic's gonna be recultivating culture. The brother's pretty well versed in agriculture and things of that nature, right? Getting our people back into being privy on how to grow food, be self-employed, efficient, things of that nature, right? So I'm going to be interviewing him, and you can call in with your questions or comments, right? All right. So I want to say, shalom, shalom, a little better. Excuse me, shalom, shalom, Mishpacha of The Way. Peace and blessings to y'all. Y'all continue to have a good and blessed day, all right? Love y'all. Spread some love. All right? Shalom, shalom. It's your girl 916, Shine. Ashanti in the building. All right. Love y'all. Shalom.